Bitcoin. I'll be surprised if we don't see a sharp drop here in Bitcoin. Hey, Conscious Evolution. Hey, Nadine. Um, Conscious Evolution. I'll get to that in just a moment. I got to take care of Nadine with the star here. Um, is Theta going down for the rest of February and March? Well, so you've got the purple correlations here at the high and the later part of February, and then again here in the early part of March. These are all the same energy. This is an Empress card trade energy. Empress card is a sideways fluctuating decline that precedes a notable rally. I see more upside for Theta in February. March, let's see. I got Clear Kinetic Princess of Discs for March. Interesting. It's kind of mixed in March, but mostly to the downside. But I think we go a bit higher here. We should go higher than this price level, I think. Of 136. $136.59. You're welcome, Nadine. All right, so SPY, when's a good time to enter short, and when is a good time to close it in March? So Conscious Evolution. I mean, you can do that, and I'll give you timing for that. but I don't recommend it. And the reason being is that they call it short for a reason. Like a 1 month short, you could do it. You might even pull off like a good amount of money from it. But probability wise, the longer the time frame of a short, the more likely you are to lose money. Actually, you're better off looking for really quick drops for shorts rather than long-term things. Look for quick drops, and as soon as you get a quick drop in a short, you exit out and wait for another opportunity to get back in and do another quick drop. But you don't want to hold the short like that. For the most part, you don't want to do that. All right, so let's take a look. And I apologize for my barky dog. My Hermes has his best friend over. She's a little bit barky when she's playing. And she's not nearly as smart as Hermes, so she doesn't really get it when I tell her to stop. Am I going? This should go here. So I would enter a short on the 26th. Maybe open up a partial short around the 22nd, 23rd, if we're at like close to highs, and if we're not, then I would wait until the 26th. Either way, I would add to the short or open a short here on the 26th in this Ace of Wands. This is really the most optimal card for opening up a short. When you see the Ace of Wands, usually it's for opening up a short. So where would you want to close it if you were going to do that? You might add to the short here as well. But this is very, very likely where the high is, right here on the 11th, 12th. And then we should see decline. Probably I would exit out of it either here on the 15th or here on the 21st. Maybe the 20th, 21st. But again, a better place to exit out would be soon, more near term. So like you see how the very next day, why doesn't it? Oh my God, it's so annoying. Sometimes it just stops letting me do that. So the very next day we have the failure card. So provided that the timing is right on point, we're not plus or minus off a day. We always want to follow the sequence of events in case of that. But if we have a notable rally to a prominent peak or maybe even a high here on the 26th, that's where I would open up a short, and I would look to close a short probably on the 28th after this big decline on the 27th into the 28th. Right before a big move higher, unexpected move higher out of that decline on the 28th. That's where I would look to close a short. That would be a good trade. The longer you hold it, remember, the longer you hold it, not just for a short, for any trade, guys. As soon as you put your money into the market, you should start thinking about it as it's no longer your money, right? In order for it to be your money, you need to take it out of the market. It's not your money when it's in the market, and everything in the market is working to keep that money from you. That's the way it works. Right? So that means that the longer you have your money in the market, the more likely you are to lose that money. Hey, TT. All right, good proof. You got that. You got the answer. Wanted to make sure you did. You're welcome, Conscious Evolution. And you can see this right here was a unicursal hexagram energy on a daily, right? So we continued to go up one more day, but we finished lower, right? And then we went substantially lower the next day. We came back to it roughly, stayed above it just briefly, and then we turned around and we dropped again. That's what a unicursal hexagram energy like acts like a lot of the time, is a point from which you drop or a point from which you fall through. Yeah, I covered Bitcoin at the very beginning of the reading of the session. XPRT theta or XRP. So I did a bunch of altcoin picker readings, and it'll tell you in there which ones to avoid, which ones to buy for 2024. But let's see if I can extrapolate that just like this. Probably theta. Based on what I pulled just now, probably theta. But I would consult the altcoin picker readings because those are really interesting. They contain a lot of information. XPRT was the last of the three, actually. It was theta, XRP, and then XPRT. Hey, Mark. So Meme Combat is one of the altcoins that is super outperforming 2024 based on my altcoin ticker reading. So whether or not you can trust the guy, the stock that or the coin goes higher substantially this year. But let's see. Yeah, like I recall, if I recall correctly, in the altcoin picker reading, it was like not a long-term kind of coin. It was something like there was going to be some sort of media frenzy in 2024 that makes it spike, and that's when you would want to exit. You wouldn't want to hold it long-term. I'm pretty sure that's what it said in the altcoin picker reading, if anybody saw that and remembers. I got a no for trust him. I got a definitive no for that. How does Hermes look? Hermes. Where are you, buddy? Oh, there you are. Come here, Goof Goof. Come here. Here's Hermes. His hair's getting so long, I gotta give him a haircut. Gigi. Gigi. And this is his best friend, Gigi. They've known each other since they were little puppies. It's probably the pre-sale one. Let me see. I recall it being the pre-sale one. Yeah, it's the pre-sale for Mime Combat, or Meme, I should say. Yeah, Hermes is very cute. He has like a he's very popular in the neighborhood. Everybody knows him. Guys, so a couple things I just want to announce Remind everybody, prices on the website are all going up. They're doubling. Anybody that has a subscription prior to the price hike will keep that lower price indefinitely. So as long as they don't cancel, they'll have that price, and it's in essence a 50% discount on what the new prices will be. So if you've been thinking about doing that, do that quickly, guys. You do that under our services, SO Metapos. There's the early access, which is $29 a month now. It's going to be 50 monthly subscriptions. The 250 is going to be 5. The 111 is going to be 250. And the $5,000 ultimate access, that went like in less than 24 hours, guys. I was like mind blown. We might do one more. But that one would be at $10,000 if we decided to do it. I don't know if we're gonna do it. I'm kind of on the fence. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it's somebody purchased Ultimate Access, which is like an honorary subscription, and it gets you access to all subscriptions, present and future, lifetime. My windows should be closed. Yeah, they're closed. But yeah, I'm in Manhattan, right in the heart of it. Interesting. There's probably a move to a high right at the close. We've got about a half hour left. Oh, I know you weren't complaining. Just curious. Yeah, in essence, they paid for 1 year of subscriptions, of 1 year of the all monthly subscription they basically paid for, a little bit less than 1 year. And they got all subscriptions because it was a big chunk. We definitely need it. Here they are, Ang Finn. This is the honorary ultimate subscriber. Appreciate it, Ang Finn. Really do. Huge help for us. What do you see for SPY tomorrow and day after, considering we have FOMC as well as NVDA results tomorrow and next day? Well, we should open up about the same price level as where we closed today. Roughly. Should be kind of mixed in the pre-market. Big move right at the open, turning into a decline around 10, taking us into a low between 10 and 11. But we finish off low to the downside tomorrow. And that's also like that plays right into the story of the Ace of Wands in the low significator position. I'm not positive about this open though. This seems like it might be wrong to me. Maybe not. Yeah, actually, no, it doesn't. It looks right. Yeah, I think the real decline doesn't start until the very end of the month, guys. Based on what I'm seeing in this last week here, this doesn't look super bearish to me. There's a universal hexagram energy in here, so it might be that we come back to highs again around the 22nd, 23rd, and then we see the highs again on the 26th. So if I was going to play one direction, here's a drop. Okay, so we've got a low, and then right at the close, we should have like a move to the upside. This drop right here is that red correlation in between a high and another high, and this high should be like a breakout high. The following day, see this is a strong cross-reading congruency. The following day indicates the night of disc, which is the high significator on the February reading. We don't actually see it today, but we see it as the theme there. We see it again as the theme on the 26th. We see it here on the 23rd. So we're going to be bumping around highs. So basically, like right now, it seems like probably a good opportunity. I would want to be on like a multi-day scale. I would probably want to be in like, I'd be in a partial long in case we go lower, because we might go lower with that universal hexagram on the 22nd. But my sense is that there's high correlations all throughout the remainder of the week. So it's going to be kind of like mixed. So I'd probably open up a partial long. Oh, and you were asking about FOMC as well as NVIDIA results. What is the FOMC on what? Thursday? Yeah, we're at the bottom end of here of oversold territory as well, so we should see a turnaround relatively soon. Remember what I was saying, when you're looking at a 1 minute and you get into oversold or overbought territory with RSI, you want to switch to a 5 minute and see where we're at in that. Switch to a 15, see where we're at in that, because that will give you a more accurate understanding of like, or idea of when we do a turnaround. 2 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, that it doesn't. We've got a low at like between 2 and 3, and then it's pretty erratic in the last hour with another low at the close. But then we open higher on the 22nd. There's a high correlation there. So we probably do something like this. See, and there's that unicursal on the 28th. Very toppy, very toppy. See, probably going to be within this range here. Okay, well, let me widen it a little bit because it's possible we don't go back to the highs as well, but I think we probably do. And then NVIDIA. So it looks like I nailed a trough there, but I had it as the lowest low, ends up being a trough. Yeah, and see, it looks like we're back to highs somewhere around the 22nd through the 26th again as well here, maybe even the 27th. So that seems pretty solid. They're doing a similar kind of pattern, the S&P and NVIDIA. Do I feel Theta will outperform SUI this month, or is March, or in March, or in both? So in February, Theta outperformed SUI. It looks like Theta outperforms in SUI in February and March. Hey, Joe. A low for USO? Or does it go lower? Let's take a look. So what it looks like is we're probably going to see like a peak towards the end of the month, and then the move into that peak at the end of the month is going to be retraced. We're kind of like at this resistance we failed to break through many times before, right? So around this, it could be now actually, around this peak, there's like a little bit of a drop, but then we go higher. So I would probably want to be at this moment in time. It would be safer to be bullish rather than bearish, but I wouldn't want to have a full bullish position because we probably go lower a little bit here, and I would add to that. It might not be until early, like very very early in March that we see ourselves go lower. So it's hard to say. That's why I would say I'd want to have a partial long here. If once I see a retracement, the art card is a prominent move higher and a full retracement of that move, right? So once I see that full retracement, then I would probably add into the long position for this big move. AAV, Tesla for the rest of February. All right, so there was definite bullish opportunity here today. Yeah, I would probably want to be bullish here. Well, that's a little tricky. So it really looks like from where we are right now, we probably see higher and lower in the not too distant future. We probably see a little bit lower tomorrow, or well, actually, might in fact we might not see a little bit lower tomorrow. Hard to say, but overall we're going to be higher by the 22nd, and then we decline and we should be lower on the 23rd or the 26th. But that's going to be pretty erratic behavior at 26th, 27th, and there's possibility of seeing another high before this decline on the last day. Overall, though, if you're looking for like a multi-day kind of position, the death card in March indicates you'd want to be in a short position overall. But it's pretty wild here, pretty wild. Highest highs for Theta in 2024, what month? So highest of the highs is either going to be, oh, whoa. So out of a decline, an unexpected move higher into a peak there at the end of 2020. Then we have a trough in 2020, in early 2021, followed by a sideways rotation, establishing support, and a big move higher, standing out on a multi-day scale. That's the gain card. Then we have rallying into key resistance on on a multi-year scale, rallying into key resistance on a multi-year scale, and then we break down with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. That's the strafe card and that's 2022. And then 2023 is where we have another significant bottom in the early part of 2023, and then we have, it looks like, price swings pretty much. We have this sharp drop in a period of bearish price swings. Then we have a high in there should be a high here in 2024, upper end of a range, and then I think we probably decline pretty notably. So I think that the April high is probably going to be just slightly higher than this February high, which, like I said, we probably go higher still here in February, anyways. And then I think there's a good possibility that that's right here in July is an even higher one, but cross-rate incongruencies on this scale, hard to say how reliable they are because we're dealing with 1 years and 10 years. There's not a lot to go by as far as a comparison. But if I had to pick out of them, I would say it's April or it's July. And it may be the reason that I can't figure out between the two is because they're the same price level. It could be. We have the oppression card as a very important, prominent card in the reading. It's the crossing card, so an important range on a multi-year scale. And it's also the 2024 card. So important range would imply the upper end of the upper end of a range, like a high or a low, the lower end of a range. Yeah, theta is definitely a pretty popular one. I'll go first week of March. Actually, I'll come right back to you, Robert. The move in Doge. Let's take a look. Where are you, Dogecoin? There's got to be an easier way to do this. Like, why do I have to scroll through this every freaking time? Like, why is that not at the top? I don't get it. So we have a high in January. We have another high in February. This will take us into a lowest low in March. Yeah, so there should be some notable decline here. It looks like the February high is probably just slightly higher than the January high, and it looks like that panned out pretty well as well. But there's an important an important low here on a 1-year chart scale in early March. I'm advised not to chase this high. Right, because the low for the February low forms from a decline through multiple support levels off of a prominent peak or crest, right? So we might be going into the low now. I was looking at the Tesla chart instead of theta. Okay. I hate it when I do that. Did I pass it? I passed it. There we go. So it's possible we met the high, but I really think we probably go higher still here before a decline in early March. But same information applies. I was looking at the data reading. Oh, the 10-year. Okay. Pretty much the same kind of pattern. This is even better though. This makes more sense with the moon card. Right? Still pretty solid. There's a low here in 2023. And there's a correlation, a yellow correlation here, and a high correlation here. It really does make me think there's probably a high here in theta. It really does. It's either in 2024 or 2025, but there's cross-reading congruencies in prominent locations in the 2024 reading that make me think it's in 2024. The 2024 reading is overall bearish, which would make sense with the next card being the adjustment card, because it means that we come out of a lower place, there's a big move to the upside. Jasmine coin is in the analysis. It might be in part 3 if you didn't see it. There's 3 parts to the altcoin picker readings, 3 separate videos, but the third one hasn't come out yet. But I've definitely covered Jasmine. DOT, do I have DOT? I don't know if I have a DOT 2024. I don't think I do. That'd be a good one to order. Remember, prices are going up too. Yeah, no DOT. Oh, I missed that KSM. Matter of fact, let me take care of Robert. I'll go. Wow, my throat is so itchy. I'm sorry, guys. I just keep coughing. Jesus. All right, so the question about algo first week of March. It's probably at a higher. It looks like it's at a higher price level in the first week of March. Hmm. Okay, there's two ways you could read this. Either we're declining from a high here in February into a trough, and then we have this big unexpected move out of a lowest low in March to a high, or we continue higher to a high and then there's a low. It's hard to say. But either way, from here we should see a higher price level and a lower price level by the end of March. I could edit the altcoin part 3 tonight and have it out this week. I'll have it out this week for you guys. I forgot about it, to be honest. You're welcome, Jashevi. Lemon and honey, yeah. I'll check it. I'll try that out. That usually does help me. Can I discern a highest high for DOT in 2024? We can try. Let's see. So somewhere between August 23rd and September 1st. That's about as close as I can get without doing a 1 year or 1 month. If you want to get to an actual day, I would need to do a 1 year and a 1 month for it. See, there we have it. That big turnaround right there. Right? 4 o'clock. I guess we didn't go to a high though, but with that said, we open about the same price level. It's kind of wild. There were going to be some price swings here in the morning. But this looks like a pretty solid reading. Aside from we did have a high correlation here. Yeah, this is a solid reading, guys. Really solid. We almost came to lows here, almost. But with that said, guys, I'm going to roll. Just a reminder, guys, prices on the website are going up. There's a chance that I might prolong it a couple more days because of that radio show. I'm going to talk to somebody about that tonight and see what they think. So we might prolong the raise in price till Friday. But as of right now, prices go up tomorrow morning. Don't miss out on the lower prices of the subscriptions because those prices will remain the same for anybody who holds a subscription. Even when we raise the prices, they'll still be paying the lower price. Yeah, guys. So thank you all for your support. Much appreciation. Make sure to follow that rule of karma. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Look out for that radio show as well. Wednesday night, 11 p.m. You can catch the link for that.